Hello, and welcome back to Echoes of Mana. We I haven't been able to stream for on Saturday last week because some stuff was going on. Give me one moment to go through the login stuff because they had a lot of login. So they have your first login, which is for searching for lost luster, and this one is for 2 minute downloads. So just log in for the week or 2 weeks and you'll get it. And then you have your daily,
私、待っておりました。
and that's all you got for logins. So let's go over some things that have changed in the past couple weeks. Cause I meant to do something last week, but a lot of things were happening in like real life, and stuff was not lining up for me to stream that day at 3. I wanted to, but couldn't. So I'm back, and let's take a look at what we got here. So let's see. They got a delivery schedule. We're supposed to be getting our rewards on 6/13 for those who have participated in the Bravers Arise event that we went over. So it'll be delivered in a couple days on Monday. So it'll be interesting to see what the weapon does. And we'll give feedback based on that weapon and see what things are different. They've also been adding a lot of harvests recently. It's the one thing that is confusing to me, if I'll be honest, is you have a Searching for Lost Luster banner that showcases Hawkeye, a 4-star Hawkeye, and Lady Black Pearl. But then you write up with the same banner, except it's Black Pearl. So, what's the point other than the half off? Because what you're doing is confusing people as to which one should we do. Because, alright, let's look at the rates on this one, and be honest. So, yeah, you've got... Why is Hawkeye on this one too? Yes, it's the same banner. 0 points, first time. So... Lady Blackheart has a 1% boost. It's 1.5% for the feature 4-star. But... But let's look at Hawkeye. Let's look at the rates on this banner. See this? 1.5%. So, nothing changed, basically. The rates didn't change at all. All you did was just tack on a 1%. And then just set the feature 4-star to 5.5%. If anything, that's a fake rate up banner. Like, it is fake. And if you're going to... This is just me right now. Oh, I forgot to go into voice chat. That's right. Okay. So, I'm going to be honest here. If you're going to do a rate up for a specific unit, you need to have a higher rate for that unit. Like, just lowering the 1.5 to 1% and then just tacking a 0.5% on the feature 4-star is not going to do anything. Because it's the exact same banner. No matter how you cut it. It's dumb. And we should not ever release banners like this. On top of that, releasing it like a few days after this banner. This was from like a couple weeks ago that I wanted to give feedback on. And I don't think for a second that any gacha should do this. Because it just says, hey, spend more money on this banner. And you're just dividing your coins and you're pitting on it. It's dumb. And I would honestly have just kept the Hawkeye and Lady Black Pearl banner. And just ran with that. That's easy. So, moving on. We have a Seraphina banner. This is for Coffer Chaos. Coffer Chaos has come back, and we have the same EP shop as we had before. This is more or less a repeat of the event, it's just a different boss. And this time, it's the Full Metal Crab. Full Metal Hugger, for the official name. I'm just gonna say, the challenge this time was actually difficult. Because, for one, with the Full Metal Hugger, he has dash. He can dash at you, he can run, he can jump back, he can do a bubble attack that basically puts a crap on the ground and slows you down. He can do poison. Like, this stuff he didn't do in Chapter 3. Like, he didn't do that in Chapter 3. He's at... Well, wait, no. It wasn't Chapter 3. Chapter 4. Yeah, he did this stuff in Chapter 4. Just, they added some stuff to it. Because he still has his jump, which is basically a super. And he also just has higher damage in general in high-level co-op. This makes him an actual threat, just because of how often he moves. And I think it's a very interesting way to just take a boss, improve on it, and just make it difficult. Because there was a challenge that you had to do for high-level co-op, and it was for 500 crystals. For 500 crystals, you had to do high-level co-op solo. Meaning, you had to do a solo battle. And it is a pain. A legitimate pain to get the AI to work for that fight. I had to bring in Angela in the back and get her control just so I could actually clear it. It shows we're starting to see the side where we need to start building our teams and start having like fully kitted teams of 6. Hopefully. Give me just a moment. Okay, sorry about that. So, with that, they've also been getting pretty rough on the packs. I'm not too much of a fan of it. But they also had Chapter 6. And that was like a couple weeks back. Regardless, let's see, do I have enough? It's 400. What's the harvest? Oh yeah, it's 1350. So I'll just take the half off. I'll just take the half off and see if I can get it. But regardless, let's look at the feedback. Let's see what the server feedback's got from like a couple weeks ago, because I've also read a bit of feedback. Because it's currently 6:11, I'm gonna go as far back as probably 6:1. Because that's pretty far back. And I think 6:1 was when we had the first implementation of Lost Luster. Alright. Let us begin with the first one. It's from Vita Requiem. It's already been said above, but I want to repeat it again. Please buff your free units. It's really messed up that Elazul and Randy are both worse than the MC. Especially since both of those characters are well liked by people who played their games. Just feels disrespectful. If we're talking about 3-star Randy, like free 3-star Randy, which was Wind Randy from Trail to the Toughest, they're saying their stats are worse. And let me see if I can get a good comparison. I have a level 85 MC. And what level is Randy? 94. Okay. So level 94 Randy. Who has some of his base unlocked? Goes like the base 3, the 21. So let's see here. He has a 920. This is my Randy. These are just base as well. He has that much, but the MC. Well, You're saying that the MC is weaker, but I also haven't leveled her to 92 or 94. So that goes to tell me that there's possibly, well, let me look. That's 920 HP. HP probably goes up a bit more. I mean, it could probably, I'm not sure. Because, let's be honest here. I feel like Elazul and Randy are strong in their respective roles as being able to buff people. But outside of that, I don't think it's that bad. But they could objectively be better. Because it does make me wonder, like, a few levels up, does the MC have far better stats? And I'll consider looking into that a bit later. Anyway, next feedback. This is from 270 pulls plus 1 memo gem. It's probably just me with brain. After completing the new bingo, we did not even get a refund for the 3-star fodder cards. And this was just in response to Vita Requiem. Hold on a second again. Allergies are bad today. Ugh, sorry. Allergies are a little bad for me today, but I'm still here. That was a response. So, next one's with Jeb, and it's about combat AI. Either fix the combat AI or reduce the over-tuning on your boss fights. I am sick and tired of my character spamming the attack mode when I only press attack once. My character won't move, and I wind up getting wiped out. I'll be honest. I think the AI could be done better and actually dodge stuff. But I think they've already got to a point where there's only so much they can do with the AI to keep them interactive. But they're having cases where the AI is just froze up for some reason or another. So there's still some things to tweak, but hopefully they can like fix some of the AI, like Angela AI, because I remember Angela is just it's bad. So next one, add more AP potions in Cash Shop. I mean this is Cash Shop, but I think they'd rather use crystals at some point, because we already got a bunch of AP potions. Alright, next suggestion. This is from Esserit. This is a suggestion. Please don't stagger the addition of prizes in the event point shop. Okay, we talked about this. And we talked about this in Trail to the Toughest. And we complained about it. They did for Copper Chaos. But they actually reverted on that stance and didn't do it for the next event, which is a current event, Lost Luster. And this is basically a slap in the face. Yet with the next event right after that, that's active right now, Copper Chaos, they brought it back. So it's like, hello. We have EP here that needs to be spent. Give us a reason to actually do the content repeatedly for this. Please. Like, it's simple as that. All we need is just eat. Like, it doesn't matter if it's just like a small amount of lucre. Like just give like the same 15,000 lucre you did before. Like, if it's just that lucre, it costs like, say, 200 EP or something, or 100. Like, anything. Just do the same thing you did in the Copper Chaos shop. And just give us a choice of alloy or gold, because those resources are important for us who are trying to progress. And also just constantly grind for our gear. Like, those are the two main resources that we need as most of the crux of the game. Because main story gives us plenty of seeds, and we have a dungeon dedicated to seeds for stuff. So I think this is just an important aspect that should not be ignored by the developers going forward. Alright. The next feedback is from me. And this was still on 6-1. Now this is about the Bronze Harvest. So let's go ahead and pay a visit to the Bronze Harvest, because we recently got the Bronze Harvest with Lost Luster. It's at the very back, right here. So, Bronze Harvest. Get a 2-star or 3-star ally Echo. I'm gonna be honest. Why didn't you do this sooner? Why didn't you make this a daily thing? Like, instead of just 2 and 3-star, have a chance for a 4-star in a single pull. Just have the same rates you have on other banners. Like, get people to log in once a day, do this harvest, get units. Instead, they apportion it with Bronze Harvest tickets, which I find mundane. Because look, you only get 2-star, 3-stars, and there are already an abundance of 2-star and 3-star units. Like, if you've been playing since the very beginning, there is a abundance of those units for you. Like fodder. I already have +6 2-star units. And there's like only like a couple, like Bill and Ben, who I haven't +6 yet. It's just, why do we have this? Why don't we have it sooner? Why don't we have it available every day? Like, just, please, for the love of God, have it every day. Include 4-star units. Like, you don't even have to include the banner units that are up right now. You just want the base 4-star units from banners that have already passed. Just add them to the pool. Add those characters to the pool after these banners have passed for Lady Black Pearl and freaking Hawkeye 4-star. Just after these banners have passed, shove them into this daily banner that you pull from daily. And this is what a lot of gacha games actually do. They have a free daily banner that you can pull from. And this is like, you get one pull, and it's free. And it can be like anywhere from a 2-star to a 4-star. Like, that's literally what it is. And I think it's something they missed in implementation. So, let's move on to the next. Let's move on to the next suggestion. All right, this is by Inspector Once a month, maybe make energy use cost half, so that it doesn't have to be both. Maybe one day for regular, another day for training quests, which would be sweet. I mean, they've already got the events for it. And I actually wouldn't mind, like, stamina events from time to time. Just, like, not often. We had one, like, we had one, like, a few weeks ago, if I remember right. The 2/3 stamina off. Before they made the daily training permanent. Which was from our feedback. So, next suggestion. Another one from Mito Requiem. Could you make it so the host gets more rewards while those that join get to join for free without spending APSP? This will help newer players down the line as well as people that are doing an event late. In addition, it will give people an incentive to want to host, because right now it doesn't really matter if you host or join IMO. Like, this is the issue. If you're not spending your stamina to, like, get rewards, and you're able to join in, then you're basically already taking the thing out. Because, like, they may enjoy the gameplay and such, but you need to have a reward structure. Otherwise, it's pointless. Like, if we wanted to increase, like, I've got an idea already. If we want to increase, like, the co-op, the amount of co-ops out there, because I know there's plenty that happen there every day. Like, just have a side reward. Like, it doesn't have to be, like, for instance, take the Lost Luster event. You get EP from spending stamina. However, if you don't spend stamina, then you get materials for that fight, provided you complete it. And it doesn't cost stamina. However, the rewards are halved, meaning you get less. It continues to create that incentive. Because let's say you're trying to get like seeds or coins or whatever, which tend to drop during these events. I think it's a important aspect to consider down the line, like adding like side rewards in co-op. Because right now it just doesn't exist. Yeah, I understand why it doesn't exist. They want to have people spend their stamina. Anyway, next suggestion. Could we get a monthly roadmap to give an idea as to when to expect various content? Helps us plan and prepare pots for content as well. Yes, this would be something important, because I remember them giving us a roadmap before. We've been a month in service, and we need a new roadmap. I would not mind a Twitch stream again for just Echoes of Mana. I would not mind it happening again, I'll be honest. We just need another update in order to actually get things going. Like, you can even tell us when, like, this Twitch stream will be. And that way, lots of people can tune in, and we'll see it. Anyway, next suggestion. Fix the glitches on multiplayer already. It's absurd that the MSF glitch is still in game. It's a massive loss of damage when it doesn't come out. Yes. I do think they need to continue to work on that and figure out the problems. Because it's still problematic when your MSM doesn't go off. Because it's a major loss of damage. It is a big, big hit. And it's a major loss of damage, like at the high end, if you lose your MSM. And, like, this mainly happens in co-op, but I've seen it happen in single player as well. They need to take a good look at MSM and see if they can fix this glitch. It's an important thing. Anyway. Next suggestion by Sanante. Please add a way to trade 2-star unit for other 2-star unit. I have every 2-star unit plus 6, but I never got even one Musoli, which is the only 2-star I'm interested in. As it's the lowest rarity, I think it won't be problematic for the balance of the gacha if you make it so we trade 5 2-star units for the one we want. Also can do this for 3-star too. Could be cool, I guess. No. Like, it's a gacha game. You don't trade in units. Like, I haven't seen a single game that trades in things. So, it's really, I wouldn't really recommend trying this, and plus it's problematic on the developer side to implement this. Alright, next suggestion. Weekly bingo board. Weekly bingo boards that, if you complete all the missions, gives 2,700 crystals. I noticed that the Elazul bingo board gave a lot of crystals, perhaps more than I've gained in one sitting since a honeymoon reward stopped being handed out. With the complaints about acquiring crystals and the cost of them at the shop, I think a weekly board that gives a 10 pull on completion would go a long way. Yes! With the rate of banners and how many times they are rapid firing, because let's be honest, we had Lost Luster in 6-1, then let me just pull up the news real quick just to get a timeline. So 6:30. So 531 or 6-1 was Lost Luster. A week later, we got Black Pearl banner by herself which is a fake rate up. The day after, we got a World of Encounters Seraphina banner. Like, if you're gonna do rapid fire banners, give us the weekly bingo board. That weekly bingo board is actually the best idea I have seen in a while. Do the bingo board. Invest in the bingo board. Like, I cannot kid you enough. Give us weeklies, not just dailies, weeklies. Like, just give us like bingo board stuff. Like generic stuff, like run stuff X amount of times. Fight this boss X amount of times. Like, finish this boss, do this chapter. Like, push us to do other content instead of just the latest content, the end of the latest content. That way it breaks the monotony, and it also just flat out causes us to just keep playing. Like, just give us something. And sure, there will be people who complete the weeklies really fast, and that's okay. And I think 27 are crystals, like a 10 pull for a weekly. With how often we get banners, yes, that would be important. Anyway, next suggestion is also by me. Regarding 4-star rates in Pity, I believe I already discussed this, but I'm gonna read it anyway. I'm starting to see the problem now that I'm deep into the game. I've done 50 pulls, which are all 10 pulls, and from that sample size alone, I have not attained a 4-star. While I know rates are definitely a thing, a 1.5% rate for a 4-star character and a 0.75% rate for memory gems is horrible. Please consider putting in the background a Pity percent increase across the board if we have not attained a 4-star. Arknights has done this and has helped the F2B base massively instead of griefing people with the bad rates. All you'd have to do is increase the rate of a 4-star for the account by 1% for every 10 pull we do after implementation, and it leads to people being able to build up over time. On the monetary side, you won't lose your spending base even with this. Your spenders are going to potentially hit 200 pulls with these rates, regardless, considering how many crystals it takes even to do 200 pulls. The F2P side will never hit 200 unless they save all the crystals until they hit the magic number of 135,000 crystals. Basically, like, I've played Arknights. It's a different mobile game. And, like, I know comparing apples to oranges, they're two different kinds of games, but they're still gotchas. Those two are still gotchas. And I can tell you that a progressive gacha is better than a hard standalone gacha. Because, for one, if you have rates up, if you increase your rate every 10 pull, you're going to be able to build up over time, even if characters keep being churned out. This is a guarantee. And eventually, you are going to get a 4-star that you can build. Like, there are probably people out there who have not gone a 4-star already and are right on 3 stars alone. And I will be very impressed if they actually manage to do the event with just 3 stars alone. So it's something that we do need to consider, just from the development side. Just how are you going to fix the rates for us? Because your packs are already monetarily questionable. And your rates are bad. I know I'm saying bad, but I'm just trying to say it so that I can drive my point across. We need to increase the rates. Like, I don't care if you put at like just a minimum of 3%. 3% is better than a flat 1.5 for a featured 4-star. Save the 1.5 for all 4 stars. And then you get a 5%. That's it. If you're doing memory gems, bam, just make that 2.5. Easy. And there you go. That's an easy way to fix things. Regardless, let's go to the next suggestion. Is by Arcelius. System that allows 2 and 3 natural 4-star dupes to be traded for benevolence. Introduction of another star tier level if no natural 4-star dupes trader will be announced. In the example, increase max level cap from 100 to 120, blue star tiering. Each blue star adds 4 to max level cap. I don't think we're ready for that yet. It's still really early for a game. We don't need to be adding like that level of depth just yet. We still have to just, like, it's already hard progressing certain characters. And you just need to, it takes a lot of time to build them. So let's just work with what we have now before adding additional systems. Our next one is from Que. Sell natural 4-star characters for 10 Rabite coins each. Let people sell their unwanted natural 4-star character for 10 Rabite coins each, so people won't feel so bad when they pull off banners or dupes of max characters. It also helps to reduce the number of pulls for 500 Rabite coins. I've already talked about the Rabite coin shop. I'm not gonna go into it again. The next suggestion is again from Que. Join co-op at half SP cost. Host gets double rewards. No. Like, that would be pretty bad to do. Alright. This is a suggestion from Senante. Can you make the buff from character transfer through stages? Also, make the animation 65% faster, because it costs too much time to use them. It doesn't event transfer through stages, although they have a skill duration. Kind of lame IMO, and it's not cool for a dynamism in the game. I think he's talking about the statuses, like the buffs. Because, for instance, let's take Reese. 4-star Reese. She has an ability that gives her strength up by, I think, 15 or 25%. And when you transition to the next screen, you lose that buff. I think this is mostly to reset and push, like, they can do certain things with the transitions, and I don't think it's a bad thing that they do this. It's just so that they create a reset point. And it's a different instance. If they carried over instances, it would take a bit more work to get that to work. But I wouldn't mind it if they did that, because it just means we wouldn't be wasting as much MP. But I can see why he wants this. So there's another one by Senante. Can you make Gear Dungeon focus only one set per specific dungeon? Because it's already heck to farm RNG stats. But in addition to that, we can get the wrong set we want multiple times before dropping the one we want with bad stats. If you do one set, one specific dungeon, it will be much better. Also, can you make us go directly to the last difficulty you use on quest? Because how many times I go normal quest instead of very hard by mistake, and it's just free loss of stamina. Very angry post. But he does make a beat on a very specific topic that I do want to talk about. And that's like the whole armor and gear system. Currently, we have far too much RNG involved with the gear system. For one, we have to roll for the gear in like Wiseman or Warriors Hall. Like there are 2 sets of gear there. The same goes for Satibran. 2 sets of gear. We have to roll first for the gear piece. And then we have to roll for the stats. And then after that, we upgrade to randomly roll the stats. Do you know how much RNG is involved with that? That is RNG on top of RNG on top of RNG. There is nothing to mitigate it. That is by far not a good thing. And I want them to improve upon it in the next update. Because, let's be honest, I won't be mad about gear dropping. Sometimes you just get bad gear drops. You have to keep grinding for the right gear drop. That's okay. But when rolling stats, that is one of the most frustrating things to do. Because you're just looking for the specific piece of gear. And you want this set of stats on it. Like luck, strength percent, int percent, and maybe HP percent as a side. Like a tertiary. Like, and the accessory in general wants strength percent as a main stat, and then strength percent, int percent, and like all this other stuff. So it's compounding. And we're trying to get the best gear possible. So one of the main takeaways is that we need to actually be able to manipulate the RNG in some respect. Like, for instance, let's add more functionality to WATs. Like, say, this is my idea. WAT requires you to go into a high level dungeon that they could add. Because, like, have us go into the mines. Go into a high level dungeon. Like, say, some kind of mine with a very hard boss, like Ankheg. Like, create a hard boss for this instance alone. And it's gonna be in the high level category. And this would be for... Darn, what is the strongest mineral that... What is the strongest mineral that WAT is always looking for? I'm trying to think of what it is. Hold on. Let me look this up real quick, because I have just the idea that they can do with this. What is it? Give me just a moment. Because I know what... I know exactly what it is. Orichalcum. That's the right one. Orichalcum. So... let's say, high-level dungeon. New high-level dungeon that is not Twill Tower. This dungeon, when you complete it, it has a reward for Orichalcum. This Orichalcum can be used to alter one stat to your choice. It also can be used to re-roll. It can also be done to force to move a star onto another piece of gear. Well, move a star onto a different stat. Give us this functionality with WATs tied to this high-level content, because this would be for the end game that we are in right now. This is for the end game that we are actually missing a little bit. Outside of events, outside of like content that we do, like Twill and the main story very hard, like this stuff. Give us the hard content. And that in itself is something I will write later. And I think it's a very, very important aspect that should be looked into. Because it would be a very good piece of content if they do that. Just give us one boss like Ankheg or Tunnel Worm, whatever it is, and run with it. Okay. That's my idea. So, let's go on to the next suggestion. Occasional memory gem only summon. It would be nice to see a summon banner occasionally that only has memory gems and not units. The reason why? The rates in this game are terrible, just like I said before. Memory gems are a huge source of power, and getting them can be nearly impossible if your luck is bad. I can understand this, because I've already gone over the rates. 1.5%, 0.75, like I already complained about it. So, yeah, I would not mind, like, just give us memory gem rate ups. Like, just exclude the characters for a bit. Give us memory gems. Because 4-star memory gems are the crux of power. They give you a majority of your power. Because they can scale like 700 power. Because I got Little Spirit Fae like 4 times. And that's pushed my power so much just from leveling up that memory gem. I think it's just something important we need to have. Because if it's a memory gem only banner, you have just rates. That's it. So, next suggestion. This is from Undyne. Let us use friend support on Quest Story Mode. This is a functionality I don't even understand why it's not even working yet. I don't understand why this is not working. Because it is supposed to. But we can't access it. We can't access it when we begin to run. That is a problem. Because we've got a full team. Give us a 4th would probably break the monotony. So let me think on something. Let me do like an empty. Like, does this show up when it's? Yeah. It just doesn't work. Yeah, we have this functionality, yet it's not even implemented yet. Why is it not implemented yet? Is my question. I feel like it should be implemented already, because we're already facing hard-ass content. Like, we need this functionality to work. Anyway, next suggestion. Make an arena map. Okay. This suggestion is already not good for the health of the game. Let's skip this one. Because it is bad. Okay. The next suggestion is from Monofusion. Please add more items to the Lucre shop. Monthly items such as spirit icons, nitwits, or even weekly items such as stamina refill pots and experience the Lucre boosters would be great. Maybe if I can be a bit cheeky and ask for an item that skews the stats of gear rewards to be added to the Lucre Shop as well. I mean, I would actually like more stuff to be added to the Lucre Shop. Because let's be honest. Oh, wrong button. Let's be honest. The Lucre Shop. Yeah. About the Lucre Shop. It's empty. It is only for candy and chocolate. Items that are useless. Completely and utterly useless. Now, I know that you won't find them useless. But like it's just they're useless and high-end content. Because you're having to rely on healing units like Sumo. It just makes absolutely no sense why we shouldn't have more stuff in the Lucre Shop. I wouldn't even mind, like, it being expensive, like 100,000. 100,000 Lucre for a freaking 4-star Benevolent. Or for a 4-star Spirit Icon. Like, having that much, that's already a ton. And we already can get plenty of Lucre as it is just by running stuff. So I feel like it's something important they should improve upon. And I know there's a lot to improve upon with this game, but I don't know how. I don't know when they're going to do this. So, next one. Make a training quest with infinite time that costs no stamina so we can test our units and builds. Make it a way so we manage the settings of the stage, for example, which monsters or boss at which level we want to fight. I feel like this will be tough to do, but it's like for a later date, because like you can use it as just an instance, and you have to be careful because you can easily break it if you do things in a certain way. And they have to make sure it's stable. And it's just something with a lot of testing that has to be dealt with. And then we have the next one by Reikaku. Please release the level 5 stages for the other gear dungeons and make 5-star gear with all 4 bonus stats already revealed as a permanent drop on that stage. It already consumes a lot of stamina to only end up with 4-star gear or subpar 5-star gears. There's already a crap ton of RNG already involved for gears. I've already talked about the RNG of gears, and having like 5th level stages for Warriors Hall and Wiseman, I would definitely be all for it. But yeah, probably for level 5, just give us the full-on 4 stats. That would be for the best. And we're going to the next piece of feedback. We're actually on 6-6 right now. Bring back the crystal rewards for doing a set number of tasks like we had initially. The option seems to be dimmed down. Okay, he is talking about the free crystals we got for doing our tasks. So you see this right here, right under Quilta. This bar gave you 100 crystals for every 10 tasks you did. Right now there is a limit, and they said they were going to extend that limit. But I feel like it's important that just for the cycle of the game, this limit should be infinite. Cause like it's better for the game in the long run to have this. And if need be, just keep making quests. Make a repeatable quest like this one. Like just put it in daily repeatable, dude, or like daily, weekly, just get 100. Like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. There's like 9 here. and then a 10 would be like there's 9 things here. Just add a 10th one, and yeah, just add a 10th one, and you've got like a daily that can happen every day. Just do 10, and you get your daily 250. Like, that's easy to do. So let's go on to the next one. Oh, I forgot to mention, we had a change to our stamina. They actually made special missions for it. Let me scroll for it. Where is it? I've done a lot. Where is it? Is it regular? Yeah, it's probably regular. But I am having trouble seeing it. Yeah, I don't see it. Hold on. Okay, so I think that if I remember right, there are quests here, because we are at 120. There are quests here that you have to do, and one of them is 100 is get a combo of 100. The other I think is just clearing stuff. And they have 4 of these quests. Each quest gives you an additional 30 max. And it's probably something important to work towards. But you're going to want to do certain dungeons or chapters to be able to hit that 100 threshold, because you're going to want to fight like an easy boss to hit that 100. Or even go into co-op and get the 100. That's also feasible. Like there's just various things. Anyway, this Frisky Disc wants to change the stamina pots. I feel adjusting stamina pots into 3 categories: small, medium, and large, that restore stamina equal to 25%, 50%, and 100% of your max stamina would be a very good move. In addition to the increased stamina cap, it would likely be well received amongst the general player base, as well as increasing overall daily playtime. Yes, it would. And now we're going to the next feedback. And it's from Agrivar. A new gym bundle that rewards gyms once a day for 30 days. Gym bundle includes 300 to 500 gyms on initial purchase. It rewards 50 to 100 gyms a day for 30 days. Pack could at least cost $5.99 to $7.99 per purchase. I think this would be a reasonable thing to get, because it'd be like a pass. It'd be like a pass for people to use on the paying side, and I think it would be profitable in the long run if they did this. And then there's someone who wants voice packs that cost $10. No. We don't need you do not want over monetization in a game. You do not. And then we have another one from Team LOM. Please add music selection for home screen. I want LOM theme song. I think this would be a good addition somewhere along the line, just to play music from select games. Like, they have a few Mana games already. And I feel like it'd be great. Just do hub stuff. Let's look. There's another suggestion by Sonante. Make an option to force party members to follow the main unit until we're using, so we can move 3 characters together to avoid AoEs. how many times my useless, brainless members continue to hit the boss while he prepare a huge AoE that one-shot anything, while I'm in the back of the map below waiting to see my team get erased. I think this is pertaining to like just AoEs and how the AI gets stuck doing damage. Like even on balance, they get stuck doing their combo and they don't dodge. So yeah, I think having something like that, like group up, like a group up command in solo would be useful. So let's keep looking through here. We're in 6-7 right now. So let's look. Update the daily login bonuses. Yeah. But we get like 50 stamina each. If they started doing like 100, that'd be a lot. I don't think it'd be great. It'd have to be like one big. But I think we're okay right now. There's actually feedback from Ocarina that says, can't stress it enough, but please give us patch notes every time devs update the game. 100 megabytes and 200 megabytes seems small for some people, but I want to know what kind of update those were. If it was scheduled before, then just post it again on bulletin board to remind players. Next thing we know, devs can sneak blockchain. I'm gonna be honest, I don't think they're gonna slip blockchain in here. Because the only way you're gonna slip blockchain is like if you do it large scale. Because otherwise it's gonna fail. And I doubt that these developers even follow NFTs or even just blockchains. So they're just used to their stuff. Regardless, I do think having like small, like for the 100 megabytes and 200 megabytes, I think it might be important to show the small fixes. That way we know what's going on in the background. So I think that's useful. Someone wants a 28-day login, and because the 7 days repeat with low rewards is kind of bad. Yeah, I feel like they could definitely do a 28-day login, and it'd be beneficial. Because like the rewards just keep getting bigger as things go along. Like the longer in the month you check in. Because I've seen it be done in Arknights too. It's a very beneficial system. It rewards you with resources by logging in every day. And I think that's something to do in the long term. And like at the end, or like for day 28, you get like a ticket that you can use for like a 4-star or something. Like that would be something useful to do with the system calendar. So let's keep looking. There is another suggestion. We're now in 6.8. There's another suggestion from Weiwei. Daily logins does not encourage users to log in. 7-day login campaign yields 200 crystals at the end. From various F2P on the fence users' point of view, deciding whether to spend or not, current game's direction for most players due to the slow recovery of crystals is this. Players should be spending to get the latest units and banners. However, considering the current rates of summons, there is also no benefit to users who actually spend crystals and spend real money to summon the new units. As a player, I don't see a value to log in to collect crystals as of now. I completed the stages, but game expects me to replay bosses that I cannot auto many times a day. Repetitive with no incentive given to completed players. Long-term future, your retainment of users will be an issue. This affects my willingness to spend on this game as I look at the future of this game. What value do you bring to the players, for both F2P as well as paying players? Retaining both is very crucial to your gacha game's future, and I think he drops a very important point. when it comes to just the outlook. And this is also like their systems. They do need to consider what's going on in the daily login. And like, they have all these different events and whatever going on that give AP, SP pots. They have like different rewards for Lost Luster login. Ugh. I've been talking for a while. Like, all that's great and all. But you need a more robust login with a good reward at the end. I kind of like went over this already with the previous feedback about the login 28 days. Just they have some things to improve upon, but they want to keep this afloat. So let's keep looking. This is from Alex. The game really needs a guild mode with bosses or something like that. I know that many have already asked, but as I am new on the Discord, I say it again anyway. He's from the French community. I verily agree. Because I feel like this game, in particular, compared to other games that do guilds, I feel like it would be very beneficial if we could create guilds here. And within these guilds, we have functions such as boss battles. Just give us monthly boss battles. These monthly boss battles will have contribution done by all players in that guild. And then you have to beat a certain HP threshold. So it varies. Because like it benefits the whales, it also benefits everybody. Like it doesn't matter if you kill the boss, it matters how much HP damage done to the boss at the end of the day. I feel like it's a very useful aspect they could bring to the game and a good function. It also could be a good social function as well, because it makes people connect with each other. So I would definitely consider this function coming soon, maybe. So let's move on to the next one. This is from Angel to Vixen. Jesus Christ, remove the upgrade unit window after failing a quest. It's a further example of the shoddy UI design for the game. There's nobody that would actually get use out of it. Retrying quests doesn't cost stamina, but as the upgrade button conveniently pops up right in front of the retry button on the quest failure screen, it causes you to waste stamina and time and elicits frustration. It feels bad all around when just trying to get my quests done. I feel like they could actually improve that UI a little bit. Because, like, I would only have this pop up if you are below the power level required. I would literally only have this pop up if your main 3 are below the power level. And even if it says 7,000 times 6, I feel like it's important just to have, if your main 3 that show up are below power level, then this should show up as a notification. So, moving on. This was my suggestion. I think it was a repeat suggestion, but I'll read it anyway. This is regarding, I already talked about this too. Regarding banner rates and banner frequency, I think we're starting to run into an issue here. First of all, yeah, banner for yeah, this is actually the same stuff I talked about way earlier. About the banners basically coming up too frequently and the rates being bad. So let's move on to something else. Uh, next suggestion. This is by Mr. Draith. It's far past time for us to have Benevolence and Unleash Elementals at event shops. As 2D Below said, Twill bonuses are nice, but I'm mostly talking about the bi-weekly and monthly events. A 4-star Benevolent, e.g. a 4-star Benevolent or element matching Unleash material to incentivize players to farm the event more. I base my thoughts on FFB's old Mog Shop and King Mog events. You'd run the dungeon over and over for currency, get bonus currency for on-bearer new units to incentivize pulling, or certain lower rarity units to incentivize raising non-4-star units. And the shop would usually contain an event-specific item like gear or materia, a limited but not too limited number of experience items, and a large amount of materials to awaken, raise, unleash, whatever term you want to use, your units. E.g. 6-star awakening materials were extremely popular early on. Great to help new players get up to par, and good for old players to work on maximizing their teams. If we had at least one elemental unleash, something fitting for that boss's weakness, and 1 or 2 4-star benevolence, that's the baseline. Should be a limited amount of mana coins too. Bonus, free units are nice, but I wouldn't use them very often. Not only does this limit future 4-star unit options to pull for, but it's counterintuitive to gacha natures. I'm going to tie in what Turdy says down here. To further support what my fellow colleague Mr. Draith is on about, in a game with similar content when it comes to high level and in-game content. Twill Tower, if there's planned to reset every month or 28 to 31 days, every 10th floor should have a meaningful reward. Starting off with basic rewards, and the higher boss floor cleared should yield a good reward like a 4-star Benevolent for clearing, let's say, floor 70 and up. A 3-star Benevolent should be in there around the 30 or 40 boss floor. Or as Mr. Draith insisted, Unleash Elementals. As it stands now, the only good rewards are the items needed to get the Crimson Wizard, which isn't bad. It's great to get a free strong unit you work for, but that shouldn't be the only good reward for perma content. I only clear up to 70 for now, but Awakening Orb should be included in the rewards too. I've cleared all the way up to 80, and like, I feel like the rewards for that do need to have some looking at, because I feel like we should be getting more important stuff, like stuff to push us forward, rather than just generic crystals for pulls. Because, like, if we can get, like, Benevolence and Elemental Unleash stuff, that would be very useful if Twill Tower resetted. So, let's go to the next... Let's go to the next one. Someone's talking about the Rabite Coin Trader, which we talked about. I think the last and the first from the root stream. Why should we have the Rabite Coin Trader if it's just going to be for literally just coins? Nobody in their right mind is going to get 500 because they're just going to get 200 and they're going to trade in for their pity. That's it. There's no point to it otherwise. So, yeah. Anyway, like, I just don't think the Rabite shop is done well, and we've been yelling at them to try and get it. Just when we told them at first, it feels like we were ignored. Because, like, how things translate from what feedback we give to the dev team and then implementation is important, because we will put up a fit if something costs 500 pulls for no reason. Regardless, I had a little talk with Malcolm, one of the staff at Square Enix that comes in the server or runs the server with other Square Enix staff. I was worried about like whether our feedback was actually getting heard, but like I had a good conversation with him, and I got to understand like a lot more about what's going on, like development wise. Like he can't really say anything about that, mind you, because of just information sensitivity, but he at least can tell us that all of this is still going to the development team regardless, because they are reading it. It's just a question of, are they going to actually do this? So let's go back to game feedback. Let me look around. Where was I? I think it was 6, 8. No. We are on 6-9. We're actually almost done with feedback. Bad day for Rabite coins. I'm not really gonna talk about Rabite coins right now. This one is from Ray of Mana. Way too many new character releases in such a short time. We got Keldrick, Kevin, Black Pearl, Hawkeye, and Seraphine released in like a month's time. How are we gonna keep up with this insane pace? Many of the characters need multiple dupes to unlock their unique kit, or else they are simply worse than many lower star units like Raxa, which adds to the pain of wallet. Feels like cash grab without a good reason. And that's one of the other worries I had. Was like, if you are not really supporting the F2P, you're definitely telling us, hey, come out and pay. And I know you're trying to because you're running a business, but at the very least, have us a good balance. And it not upsetting that balance is a very important part if you're doing a gacha game. Considerably. Because the game is fun. You just need to balance it. If you get that free to play and that payment balance, then you're good. Like, you'll succeed as long as the content's fun and the game has replayability. Right now, it feels like there's just a lack of it. And it's something that I think should be looked at, just content-wise. Because I honestly think that these bosses can be turned into co-op bosses. And co-op is one of the major facets of that's really driving this game. It is very fun when you do high-level co-op. I am not lying when I say this. I had the most fun I've had in a while with a gacha game when I did Trail to the Toughest with my friends Hark and Cal and fought Kilroy, and we killed him, got the S rank, and nobody died. It felt really, really good. Like, I cannot stress it enough. And it also felt really good when I took down the Full Metal Hugger solo. And I did that twice because I was doing the submission in the Discord. It's like a very fun thing and great achievement to get. It's just you have to work for it. And I had gained that feeling of that you got this feeling of greatness from doing this. It gives you dopamine. It gives a rush of dopamine. It's great. But this is stunted right now because what's the EP shop gonna be for? Like, what other high level stuff can we have? Because I would love more high level. Give us more high level to get like gear or even like. Let's talk about the Daedalus Spear. Even better idea. Daedalus Spear. high level co-op, Daedalus Spear. You can obtain this weapon via doing this content, and if you complete this content, you get the Daedalus Spear as a weapon skin. And if you do go up another step, you get a +1. And another step, it's +2. And at the highest step, it's +3. You see what I'm getting at here? Because, like, there are so many things they can do with high level that I wish they would do. And just not always rely on Tool Tower. Because high level is high level. They have a whole thing dedicated to it. I want them to add more stuff to high level. That way, you have a larger in-game, a tougher in-game. Anyway, let's go with the next suggestion. Let's see here. Is there anything good here that hasn't already been said? Yeah. We mostly talked about all this other stuff that's already been said in the feedback. I'm gonna hold on to my Orichalcum idea and write it in the Discord layer along with the high level that I have recently. But that's going to be in the feedback. I'm going to actually go ahead and do my dailies, and I'm going to do a 10 bull on stream. So you guys are going to get a little bit of gameplay today of just this game. I actually need to gear. I'm trying to gear Shiloh because he needs stuff. Let's see, Angela, Reese, Rand.
どうするんだ？僕は別にどっちでもいいけど。
I want to get Shiloh some better gear. Like, especially better boots. I feel like he deserves better. I also need to get him
ど
armor.
うするかちゃんと考
Which
え
is
るよ。
probably the first thing I should do, actually. He needs the Valsena armor. So we're gonna go do that real quick. Oh, I cannot auto this. It's a darn fish.
油断せずに行こう。 いい戦いだったな。まずまずだな。
What we got? Valsena helm, not really good. It's being sold. So, For basic gear that you want, like for Valsena, just gear tip. Gear tip for any character you build. Consider what stat they use the most. If they do not use any magic, build strength. Just build strength on the character.
さあ始めるぞ。これが俺の力だ。
What the heck? Hold up. Okay. Something's going on with my headset. Give me just a minute. Okay. Yeah, it was just running out of power. We're good.
油断せずに行こう。これが俺の力だ。いい戦いだったな。まずまずだな。
4-star piece, no good.
さあ始めるぞ。これが俺の力だ。
グッドタイムの目を刺しましょう。
Let's wrap everyone up. Why are you aiming there? Or if I could auto this, actually. Let me see if I actually can, because they're actually pretty strong.
油断せずに行こう。
I've got a very strong 3, Demon 3 right here. And they're not really taking a whole lot of damage either. Plus, Sumo's got things taken care of. So, maybe I can actually auto this. I'm curious. Probably takes longer, but that's because we don't use MSM.
いい戦いだったな。
I'm gonna see if first screen they actually can solo or auto.
まずまずだな。
Because I'll be surprised if I can auto this. Valsena armor, we'll probably save that piece of gear, that body piece, see if we can roll in the stream. What's important are the rolls. Like the rolls are the most important thing. Because if you can, this is again part of why I was talking about with the gear. That they're trying to get you to keep playing the game by individually. Yeah, I think this is possible. Just layerly. Just because Sumo's a big healer. I've got him built good. Mostly when they're split up like this, that can be concerning. But I'm not worried now, because they actually got this on auto.
いい戦いだったな。
Question is, it's still S rank.
まずまずだな。
Yep. Manos. We don't use Manos around here. Manos is not a good set. Because Khan is not exactly needed. But yeah, as you can tell, they improved Sumo's AI a lot since the changes from like a couple weeks back before Lost Luster. He actually heals a lot earlier in safety. So it's, I haven't set to balanced. I think he's really good this way. I mean, sometimes he kind of overheals, but he also forgets to use his SD sometimes. But I think that's expected with AI. See, he's overhealing right here. I think that's on accident that he heals twice. That's why I prefer to control him still. This is not a good head piece. It's got barely anything on it. Ugh. I'm just glad I can at least auto this now. Sumo's doing his job as an AI. He's great. This darn fish won't die. He's the most annoying enemy in Oh yeah, that's right. We also need to do Copper Chaos. We need to do that so we can get our stuff.
いい戦いだったな。まずまずだな。さあ始めるぞ。これだ。
Oh, we lost Sumo. Just because they got split up. Then we got Angela. She got the ice smash though.
まだまだね。
まずまずだな。
Man, he's giving me Manos. So, there's also Copper Chaos we need to do. We have this 3 times. I have an excess of SP that I realize. This I am not going to auto. I'm actually going to do this manual, but this is Copper Chaos. Full Metal Hugger. He's not a fun boss fight. Whoa. There's a dash. He's turning around. He's already dead. You get to retry this like 3 times a day. I got bad luck. Double hit right here. Boss.
まだまだね。
That should be my 3.
まずまずだな。
We got an EP now. I still need to do high EP actually. Now I realize it. Ugh. Man. So all our missions are done now.
さあさあ、立ち止まって
Yeah, we
る
got
暇はあり
special
ません
too,
ぞ。
so
素
we
晴
get a
ら
little
しい。
extra inside.
素晴らしい。素晴らしい。
So it is time for our 10 pull. It is time to 10 pull.
これで決める。覚悟はいいね。
Let's see what we get. Probably nothing. Hold up. Whoa, that's a 4-star? Excuse me?
ホタルはすべての珠魅のために。
Whoa, okay. We got Black Pearl.
私は戦う。
We got freaking Black Pearl in here. Okay. Okay. I guess all my complaining was different, but I mean, Black Pearl's a great unit. Like,
覚悟はいいね。
I just didn't think I'd get Black Pearl. So, but let's let's put Black Pearl in perspective. So, basically, tank unit, kind of like Sumo, except she's more selfish. Her self-healing is 20%. She recovers her own HP, and she does damage on her ST. So she is very focused on ST building. So she has a big hit she can use, and she also has a strength increase. She would be a good replacement with Sumo if I can actually get her skills, because I'll be honest, I need some unleashes there, man. Because +1 is an ST gauge, skill up, and this is the most important one. You need a +3 to actually use Black Pearl very effectively. Because without this +3, she is just a normal unit. Normal damage unit, light damage. So it's she's more of a recovery tank, and she really gets that boost rate at +6. And it's another one of those things where we do need like benevolence and whatnot to be able to raise our units that we like. Like I would actually raise Black Pearl to do stuff if I actually could unlock her abilities. I think that's another thing that some people are having issues with, is that there's no way to really unleash abilities other than just pulling constantly. It turns into a cash grab. So it's something that should be looked at, hopefully, because we do need to be able to work on unleashing outside of just, you know, just pulling characters. Give us frickin' benevolence. Like, that's well, not benevolence, elemental icons. You give us the elemental icons, we get to unleash the characters. We get to use these characters at their maximum potential. It's a very important aspect of the game that has been ignored for a while now. It needs to be done within, like, next patch or so. So I'm really hoping the development team does their stuff and actually just listens to us, because we are, the F2P base is kind of crying at this point, and so is the spending base. So, regardless, we are at the end of from our stream from the roots, and if you want to get into the Discord, there's the official Echoes of Ma Discord that you can find on their Twitter, I believe. And you too can provide feedback for me to look at. Because, like, I just started this to at least put out there, like, what kind of feedback's on this official server, and at least provide discussion and ideas that the developers can work with, hopefully. So, thank you for watching. If you're watching from YouTube, feel free to leave a comment and tell me if, like, you have any suggestions or ideas that I can do better with From the Roots. Like, I can even, like, I don't know. I would like more people to be able to talk to me on stream. Because, like, sometimes you just get tired of hearing yourself constantly. And if you want to see stuff, then if you want to join me on the stream, then just check the link in the description. And you too can join. I started a bit early, but normally the time we do From the Roots is on Saturday at 3 o'clock p.m. EDT. 3 p.m. EDT is usually when we do From the Roots. So, in the meantime, I will still be in the server if you have questions. And I hope to see you guys next week, when hopefully things will turn around for the better. Have a good day.